The game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what we call the Gridiron. It's another production of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. And if you can see in the top corner, there's a nice little logo. If you want to sound it out, you can sound it out. You can spell it out. But it says Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. That's what we're doing today, baby. We got something special. We had two games just ended up this morning. We had South Carolina versus Vanderbilt, Michigan versus Rutgers. So we're going to try to get into that. That's part of week 12. But we also got to bring you up to date off of what happened in week 11. Show you the playoff picture as the end of week 11. And before I go further, the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network and all of our recordings and all of our shows are brought to you live in living color now. But if you happen to miss this episode and you don't want to go to YouTube and you're in this position where you got to listen to it on a podcast, well, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., this show will be available on all of our broadcasting tiers. We're talking about Spotify. We're talking about Odyssey. We're talking about Apple Podcasts. We're talking about iHeartRadio. We got all these options for you. So if you missed this today, you got a chance to catch up with us tomorrow and the rest of the week. Like if you at work and you busy and you don't want to listen to whatever's on the radio because you tired of listening to the 106.7 guys, you don't want to listen to the Team 980 guys, yo, plug us in. Give us some love. Listen to us. We got you. And then you can pick what you want to do. Now, before I go further, I know y'all see the background. And the background's crazy, but here's what the background is. This is my shout out to Break Into Electric Boogaloo. This is Cool Disco Dan back in the 80s if you were a DC resident. This is a shout out. We got the graffiti, and I don't know if you can see the headphones in the top, but we got the headphones too. So we kicking it 80s style today on the Gridiron. Let's just get going, man. I don't even care how we do this. Let's kick it back to week 11 and go through some scores real quick. Week 11, boom, here we go. Northwestern, Ohio State. Ohio State wins 31-3. Northwestern with 94 yards of total offense. Total domination by Ohio State. 14 rushes for 38 yards. It looks like they had 132 yards passing. On the Ohio State side of the ledger, total offense 248, 112 yards rushing, 1 TD, 5.1 yards per carry. On the passing side of this, they got 136 yards. Sounds like Ohio State did a lot of damage on the defensive side. I don't see the turnovers, but it looks like this game they may have turned them over and had a couple of short fields because they don't have a lot of yards, but they got a lot of points. Next up, real quick, Clemson versus Duke. Clemson 31, Duke 28. Looks like Duke scored a late touchdown. I don't know what the numbers were in Vegas, but this looked like this could have damaged or hurt some people's pockets on that side of the ledger. Here we go. Total offense, 440 yards for the Clemson Tigers. 142 on the ground, 1 TD. On the passing side, 298 yards passing. And then From Duke, looks like they got 384 yards of total offense, 16 yards rushing, but 368 through the air and 4 TDs. Man, this is crazy. Looking good, though. Looking good. Let's go next up. Arkansas versus Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what y'all did on your Thanksgiving, but I had the ability to be in the presence of the Alabama kid. And when he walked out the room, there was like a light beaming behind him. And I don't think he walked. I think he floated out and shook my hand. It was crazy. It was amazing. But I've seen and laid eyes on Alabama kid. He is real, no matter what the world tells you. But in this ball game, Alabama 49, Arkansas 0. Yardage wise, Arkansas 24 yards on the ground, 44 yards through the air. So it looks like Arkansas got suffocated and dominated. On the Alabama side, 443 yards, 203 rushing with 3 TDs. 14 of 14 through the air for 240 and 4 touchdowns. Alabama wasn't playing with these boys today. Next up is Michigan versus Michigan State rivalry game, big time ball game. Michigan wins 35-3. Looks like on the offensive side, Michigan did absolutely nothing. 70 yards of offense, 78 passing yards, 30 yards. Hold on, no, I'm sorry. 8 yards rushing. That's terrible. On the Michigan side of the ledger, 275 yards, 154 through the ground, 3 TDs, another 121 through the air, and a passing touchdown. So Michigan defeats Michigan State 35-3. Vanderbilt and Notre Dame. Vanderbilt comes in and upsets Notre Dame 14-13. I know KG was very upset about this. Complaining about EA in the chat earlier today or late last night. That's crazy. Vanderbilt 181 yards of offense. Looks like they got 32 yards on the ground with a touchdown, 149 with another passing TD. On the other side of the ledger, Notre Dame 254 total offense, 157 on the ground, 1 TD, 97 yards total passing. I wonder if that big boy Mark Edwards Jr. did anything for them. Next up is Oregon State versus Missouri. Oregon State 42, Missouri 7. Oregon State in terms of offense 318. And let's give a shout out to Isaiah, new guy to the league, just came in and he is killing it. Different offense. He's a little mix of BJ and Jimmy. I gotta keep watching him. I gotta figure it out because there's something to his offense. It's pretty good, man. I like the way he plays ball, man. Coach Powell said Alabama beat me by 3 this year. My guy can play. Coach, I totally agree with you, man. The kid is all aura, man. It's all helicopters and Dodge Chargers at Alabama, man. And then when he walks, he doesn't even walk in the room, Coach. Trying to tell you. He glides in, baby. That sounded bad. I'm going to say pause on that. But going back to the stats on this Oregon State Missouri game, 318 yards of total offense, 131 on the ground for Oregon State, 2 TDs, 187 yards passing. On the Missouri side of the ledger, they only had 107 yards of total offense. Looks like they got 114 through the air, -7 on the rushing side of the ledger. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next ball game, which should be Texas. Texas 38, Tennessee 20. Texas with 350 through the air, 185 yards rushing, 2 TDs. Let's see, 165 through the air. Total offense 214. Looks like they gave up 189 through the air, 25 yards rushing, And before I go any further, I've got the coach from Texas sitting in the building with me. Um, I got to pull him up on the screen. Coach, let's go, man. How you feeling? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling, baby. Chilling, man. Let me get out of this view. I hate this view. All right, there we go. Thanks for first and foremost, I know you the boss man. So thanks for approving the logo. You can see the shield in the background. Um, then I added something else in the corner. I don't know how much you can see the show. Um, if you can talk, let me know. If you want, I can go back to scores. Um, I know you're working, you're doing your thing. How you want to do this?
I'm in and out. I can talk right now.
All right, so yo, talk about your game, man. Um, you went in, you beat Tennessee 38-20. How'd you feel coming off the performance? How the team look? Talk to me.
Well, we got some things to work on. And Tennessee took one to the crib on the kickoff on some sloppy tackling and some misjudged, angles. But other than that, um, I think Texas kind of understands, what we want to do. Um, we had a big play from a senior linebacker, and I can't remember his name, but he was benched in favor of a more athletic linebacker, and he ended up making one of the game sealing interceptions, which is like, tell me you want to play without telling me you want to play type
Mm,
thing. So we feeling good. We're not in the running for the SEC championship at all, but we trying to hold our playoff spot. We got to play in the swamp in Florida this week, so that's gonna be a challenge.
okay. So you guys keep talking about this, and I want to talk about it real quick. Is you guys talk about momentum a lot when I watch y'all and I listen to y'all play other teams and you playing on the road. Um, and I know we've talked about it before on the show, but like for people that maybe somebody that just jumped in and doesn't know, and it, as KG says, uninitiated, talk about when a team when you're playing at somebody else's place and the fact that momentum plays into your level of gameplay in a ball game if you can do that.
Yeah, I mean it's big. It's even more than what it was last year. They made it really challenging as far as the stadium pulse when you're at else's crib. But that momentum thing is not just at somebody else's crib because you got to deal with it when as the away team or the home team. Once you lose that momentum and that swing, it's kind of a wrap for you. And it's tough to get it back. You gotta really fight to get it back, but it affects so much things. Once your players go cold, depending on what you like to do. If you're a runner, running back go cold, all of a sudden,
Got you.
you're losing acceleration. You're losing carry. He might fumble, and for me, like somebody that's a passer, your running back, your quarterback is cold. Now you can't pass the ball. You're not accurate, so it affects a lot, man, all across the board. And you gotta really play to your strengths.
And then real quick, I'll get you one more, and then I'm gonna try to knock the rest of these scores out. And then I know we had some live games as I was about to do this, and I want to recognize those as well. Um, real quick, the new additions to the league. You got Day Day, you got Isaiah, and then we even got Little BJ. Um, any thoughts on those teams? Any scouting reports or any things that you've taken away from watching them play?
Well, I'll speak on little BJ. He's learning. You know what I mean? If anybody don't know, that's my son. He's 7 years old, so he's he's a work in progress. I've gotten to the point now where I'm letting him pick his own plays.
Mm-hmm.
And because I would pick his plays for him, work through it. I would have him show me the play art before the play on offense. He's like his dad. He loves offense,
Yep.
and I would tell him to tell me who's going to be open. So his pre-play, he got one look, and I see he's starting to get another, not a full look where he got two looks, but he got a half a look. So he understands that if it's a lot of people over here, he can't throw it, and he's starting to get a little. He making me proud. He threw a corner route in his last game he played, like right on the money. Like he came out of the break, and I was like, "That's my boy." You know, he hit. You know what I'm saying? He hit him, and it was good to go. But he's learning. Oregon State Isaiah, man, he could play ball. You know who he reminds me of, Ryder? He reminds me
Oh,
of a certain player that had Maryland last year. Hold on a second.
no, you good. So that's funny you even say that because I think he's a mix of you and Jimmy because he has a little bit of West Coast flair to him. He has a little bit of a open air raid attack. He can do a little bit of everything, and that's the beauty of his offense. Is I think it's so multifaceted that you can't get caught up in thinking that he's going to be just a runner. You can't get caught up in thinking that he's just going to be a passer. He's going to give you every dynamic in the whole thing. And real quick, while BJ's got us on hold, um, oh, Coach Powell said tough with a freshman QB. Hey, man, everybody got to get their growing pains, Coach. You know how it is. You know, they learn, they become better. In the words of the great Carol Holmes from Archbishop Carroll, he used to always tell me the only one good thing about freshmen is they become sophomores, Coach. So, you know, growing pains, man. You know, they say bumpy roads lead to beautiful places. And right now, you just got a bumpy road with a freshman QB, but you won. And then let's give you a shout out now because actually, no, I'm gonna hold off because I didn't do your week 11 game. So I'll do your week 11 game and I'll come back and hit you up with that. While BJ's got us on hold, let's go ahead and jump back into the scores from the last couple of games that we've had. And let's see, let's get this right real quick. Here we go. So the next ball game is actually South Carolina versus Texas A&M. South Carolina 17, Texas A&M 14. Uh, Texas A&M 296 yards worth of offense. Darnell, I see you, bro. Um, it's let's see, 310 yards passing from Texas A&M. 14 yards rushing. On the other side of the ledger, we got 93 yards rushing from South Carolina, 188 yards passing. Next up on the ledger, boom, Oregon, USC. I know Oregon won this 24-14. Oregon with 80 yards rushing, one TD, 189 yards through the air. On the other side of the ledger, you got 7 yards of rushing offense from USC, 114 yards passing. Um, let's go. Oh, wow. In the chat, I don't know if you guys are looking at the chat live, but in the chat, I just got a bleep Vanderbilt from the big guy KG. So I guess he's still in his fields from the game they played or the AW that they put on him. So I'm sorry, KG. Uh, Next up and last for the week 11 schedule and the week 11 slate, Penn State 24, Purdue 7. Um, Purdue put up 155 yards worth of offense, 199 yards through the air. Penn State, who's not a prolific passing team, but they will run the ball. And then we got another guy I'm about to pull up in a second, Coach Darnell from the Wolverines, who's another big running game guy. Um, I know he may not want to be in the same category as Rodney, but they play the same type of game. Um, Oh, and then KG in the chat says, I will play Vanderbilt first game of the season, week 0. I guess he wants some revenge. But back to the stats. Penn State, 193 yards rushing, 2 TDs, 55 yards through the air. And then let's give you a picture right now as a week 11. So I don't want to mix the weeks up, and that's why I'm holding you off, Darnell, for right now. I don't want to muddy the picture. But here's our picture right now in the playoffs at the end of week 11. So we got users all around. We got Oregon State with the number 1 spot. We got Michigan with the number 2 spot. Alabama, the Alabama kid with the 3 spot. Clemson, Coach Marcus with the 4 spot. You got Texas, Coach BJ with the 7 spot. South Carolina, Coach Powell with the 10 spot. Jimmy with the 8 spot at Oregon. And then at the number 9 spot, we got Penn State. I think, and number 6, we got Day Day in Ohio State. Good God, boys. I love this, man. Like we representing we blotting out the sun with arrows, baby. With that being said, and let's get off of this for a second. Let's get back to a couple conversations, man. Darnell, what's up, baby? How you feeling, man?
Oh snap! I'm on. Okay, what's up, bro?
Hey, man. Hey, you know me, man. I got to multitask, man. I only get 30, I get 30 to 35 minutes to do this, baby.
I like the logo in the back though. I love
Yo, I had to give a shout out to the graffiti dudes back in the day, baby.
it. You got some B Street going on.
Yes, sir. I
That's
had to
what's
give a
up.
shout out to you know who it is, Cool Disco Dan. I gave him a shout out.
Oh,
That's
go
the
ahead. That's a DC legend.
hey, real quick, man. I
Yes,
watched him
sir.
play. I didn't write down the final score because I'm an idiot. I think it was 42 to 14.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and then my guy, because I had your game, and I got Coach Paul's game on my phone. Marion Stewart with a punt return TD.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm on it. Hey, when I do this, I do this.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, I wanted to come on here because I think these last 2 weeks of the season, like you said, is very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I know today, Penn State and Notre Dame. It's a shame that Notre Dame lost to Vanderbilt. Everybody talking about this Vanderbilt now,
Yep.
like they God and stuff now. But
Yep.
I mean that definitely knocked Kevin out the tournament. Because
Yep.
I really thought that the Notre Dame and Vanderbilt was eliminated. But next week, the next event, it's gonna be heavy. South Carolina, hey man, that dude, he's in the tournament now.
Okay.
If he can win his game against Clemson, he's definitely in. If he lose, I don't know. And
No,
stuff.
I
Big
totally
game,
agree with you. And the
huh?
funny thing about is they on the same coaching staff. So
I
Coach
know.
Powell
It's cold. Yeah. And
versus Coach
they
Sparky.
played last year. And I
Yeah.
think he lost by 3 points. So he definitely need that game. And
Nah,
I
for
was
sure.
shocked when I got on there and I seen him as a projection of in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, he battled his way from not ranked.
Yep.
He might have started 25. I might be wrong. He might have
No, he
started
wasn't ranked.
25, but he wasn't ranked.
Nope.
Battled his way up. Man, good shit. And I'm gonna say this I know I talked about my boy Kevin. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Kevin was done. I thought he was done.
Mm-hmm.
But I see he's ranked now. He's projected in the tournament.
Yep.
He definitely got to beat Notre Dame. Like I told Brian, I can't see three lost teams getting in.
Right.
You never know. You know what I'm saying? But that's a game I'm gonna be watching. I gotta get my popcorn ready
Yes,
and
sir.
stuff. Rodney got to play the game of his life because I know Kevin a season behind,
Right.
but don't sleep on him.
Right.
Don't sleep on him. And the big one with me is Ohio State. That's probably for the big.
You don't even know how much I want to see this ball game because I know Day from high school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So he a Lion. And when I watched him play for the first time this year with y'all. Because I tried to get him in last year. He was like, I don't want, like, he was like, oh, he wanted to do the extra stuff like the Twitch or broadcasting the games. And then I guess he had to do it for something else. And now he's like, yeah. So he jumped in with us. And when I watch him play, he's very aggressive on the defensive side, from what I can tell. Offensively, I haven't really found a beat on him yet. Like I have my own personal scouting report on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I found a beat on him. I know how he is. I ain't gonna say that.
Don't say it now.
Nope. I ain't gonna say it. I gotta wait till I play him.
No, because I gotta see. So the one thing I do is I don't ask anybody for scouting reports when I watch guys play. So I make it fair. is I develop my own opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and the opinions I express on this show are solely mine,
Mhm.
not because
Yeah.
I went and got information.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way dudes don't feel like, you watching them and you scouting them. I mean, you can kind of scout a dude, but still it don't matter because once y'all play, the gameplay is going to be the gameplay, the way I feel.
Yeah. Look, it's still gonna be a hard challenge for me. Um, the Big Ten championship gonna come down to me, him, and Jimmy. We
Yep.
the only ones got. I think they got 1 loss. I got 0 losses. So I don't know who they're gonna put in there. I think all 3 of us. I think even if Rodney can beat Notre Dame, I think all 4 of us would get in there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But that game is look. Last season, I was getting my foot wet, and I could tell you something. When I played Oregon in the semifinals to get to the championship game, even though I battled my way back, Jimmy knew where he was going. He knew
Right.
he knew how I didn't. I'm there now. I know where I'm going now.
Yeah.
So it's on and popping now. I think no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. No, before we even get too much further down the line, I want to shout out your player of the game today. Your player of the game was Cameron Brandt. He had 3 tackles, 2 sacks, and a touchdown. So we gotta get that kid some love.
Now
And
he
it's
got
funny
the
because your player of
touchdown.
the game is a defensive player.
He got the touchdown off of, I can't even pronounce that young boy name I got. He's a sophomore. He got the sack, the fumble. He picked it up and ran it in. But he did get his 2 sacks today. I mean, that senior, oh, yeah, he a baller. Look, and this, you know what's so funny, Midnight? If you look at the Heisman race and you ain't talk about it, for the first time, I don't know, for the first time, now I think Rodney finally broke in at number 5. There's no users in the top 4 in the Heisman.
All right, hold on. Let's go ahead and pull it up since you. Hey,
yeah, put it up,
let's see about it. Here we go. The Heisman talk as of week 11. So this doesn't include the games that just happened. We got Roscoe Bett from Pitt. We got Dawson Pendergrass from UCLA. Lee Beebe from Indiana. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. And then the 5th spot is Rodney with his running back, Peyton Lewis,
with his running back
holding it down.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would love to see that day game with Indiana.
Yeah.
I would no. I got hell high water when I play Indiana. Now, maybe his style,
right?
He's playing, but I'm telling Day, don't sleep on Indiana. Don't sleep on him. And stuff, man. But oh my God, this is gonna be a very competitive. When they advance, it's gonna be man. This is what it's all about.
Yes.
Yep.
Like this
week. This is all about. Yeah.
This week, I can't wait to see the lives. I'm hoping. The only part that I'm worried about is the Twitch guys, because I can't go back and watch the Twitch guys. I can always go back and watch YouTubers. So I got to figure out a way to. I just got to be available, I guess, when the Twitch guys go live, because it's only free.
Yeah, you got to be available when they play. I think Twitch. I got with Twitch, and I can't get their games up. But YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You can always catch up with them.
Yeah, so YouTube today was great for me because I put your username in and I had you on my big screen TV. And then Coach Powell, he started his game probably like 10 minutes after you. So I had Coach Powell on my phone. So I had picture in picture as I was watching the game.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. What's up. Like I don't know if y'all know, but I rock with y'all, man. I try to watch as many games as I can, man.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure out. Look, I know you busy and stuff, but I know Rodney won the championship. I was trying to figure out why he ain't get a chance to get on there and represent his national championship run. He ain't. I guess he ain't want to come on today.
No, that's totally on me. I had stuff going on right around when he won the championship, so I kind of took a hiatus.
No. I told you, personal life, man, do your thing. Ain't nothing about personal life bigger than this damn game. And
but
do your
but
thing,
trust
man.
me, I'm a work it out where I get
Mm-hmm.
him. We get in and we give him his love and we give him his flowers.
No,
That's one thing I always do.
midnight. Calm down. It's too late. We ain't gonna
No, it's
give
not.
Rodney nothing now. Now I'm coming back now
See,
too.
that's you.
And so
That's you and your personal beef. You know.
I gotta throw shots at him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Hey, midnight. You can't. After our second season, you can't come back and say, "Hey, we gotta talk about Rodney's championship." Hey, that was last season. He had his shot. It's done. And so, hey, Rodney, I'm talking about you, nigga. And so,
and Coach said, he was ranked at the start. So, man, Coach built South Carolina up. We have the one thing I love about this league is growing. I gotta keep up with teams and figure out who's who. Like I got a roster right now of who the who's and what team is what. And since Coach Powell just chimed in, I gotta give his running back. I think the kid's last name is Augustine, from what I could tell. He had 92 yards rushing today, 3 TDs, and they beat Vanderbilt 28-3. Even though Coach, he was crying
That's
about
Coach
Vanderbilt being a tough place. Yeah.
Scored 3 points. He said, "Man, they on their bullshit." I was like, "What?"
Hey man, only you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But before I get out of here and before we go, what's your thoughts? How you feel about your team this year? Before we get out of here,
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel very confident. I love my defense. I got a quarterback that he's like a triple threat. You know what I'm saying? I got a former Heisman winner behind me, but I got a running back that's a star behind him. He's gonna take over next season, but it's all about the quarterback. But it's about I feel very confident about this defense. I feel confident about this team. I think this is gonna be a run. If I don't win this championship, it's gonna be a disappointment because I built the squad up.
So before we go, I want to get out on this, and I'm in the show after you give your response. I guess we gotta get Coach Powell in. But your thoughts, real quick, on the league itself, because you've been here since the beginning. So now we got I think we got 10 teams, maybe.
Yeah.
A bunch of guys, and we all going through it, and it looks like a bunch of guys are being competitive. So just give me a real
look
on that.
Look, this the thing, and I said about I got to start with South Carolina. I mean, last year he didn't make the tournament, but he was competitive and stuff. But now look at him now. He gotta win Clemson. Dario and Kevin came in. Dario, Alabama. I don't even know if Alabama was ranked and stuff. He got him at number 3. But Dario was a beast last season. The young boy was a beast last season. Clemson, they was 1 game away from the tournament. Now they're in the top 4. They might have a bye. You know what I'm saying? The league is very balanced, very competitive. It's gonna be a hell of a tournament. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna say this: Michigan is on a steamroll. I'm ready to. It's gonna be a steamroll. I'm confident. I'm confident. I'm talking it now. Yeah, you gotta have that confidence.
Hey, Coach Powell, go ahead and turn your unmute yourself, baby. What's up, man?
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah.
Hey, man, look, y'all gonna stop talking about me in my Vanderbilt comment, man, because I'm telling you, they got me last year as well. Before they got BJ last year, and that momentum they have, man. Once they get up on you, it's tough for them to tough for you to come back on them. So I wasn't taking no chances with them today.
Well, you must have did something because when I checked, it was up by 25 points.
Yeah, but look,
Yeah, you
I
wasn't
went
gonna
up
take no
like that.
chances. You're
Look,
right.
it was 7-3 at halftime, and
Holy shit. Oh, okay. I didn't
my
know that.
quarterback
Okay.
had threw 3 interceptions already.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
know
I didn't see the interceptions because I had, like I told Darnell, I had both you guys, because you guys were right before we started the show. So I had like both playing on two different devices. So real quick, coach, South Carolina, you guys are in the hunt. You got a big game. You got a big rivalry game. And your rivalry
hell
game is
yeah.
in-house. Like
man,
you
this ain't.
got the
Woo.
most in-house rivalry game of anybody in the, well, not anybody in the league, but it's you against Coach Marcus. Coach Marcus
Man,
wants to
Oh
call
shit.
plays
man,
for the
look,
Laurel High School team.
look. I hope
Varsity.
he's listening right now. I know he had a wrestling match this morning, but I hope he's listening because it ain't no damn rivalry. I'm gonna whip his ass so bad this week, and then at midnight, and then you know what I'm gonna do after I beat him? I'm gonna fire him. I'm gonna beat him, and then I'm gonna fire him, and he ain't gonna be allowed to ever call a play ever again in life. He pulled one. He
Hey,
pulled one out his ass last year, last season. You know, he got me by 3 points last season, but I done made some adjustments. You know, and I got one of the best defensive players in the country, in Dylan Stewart, number 6, my DN. I think he has like 18 sacks this season so far.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had 3 today in the game against Vanderbilt. Um, and I'm gonna tear the fur off of Marcus this week. Clemson don't stand a chance. I'm going
hey,
into Death Valley, and I'm gonna light his ass up this week.
can y'all put that in prime time?
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm the visiting team, so I'm gonna be the one streaming, so it'll be on YouTube.
All right, perfect, man.
Yeah,
Hey, we gotta get out because the games have started for the 12 o'clocks. The conference title games have started.
man. Forget them 12
Oh
o'clock
hell yeah.
games, man. Forget them 12 o'clock games. Y'all need to be watching Duke and Michigan State right now,
Mm.
because that's the only game that matters right now. College basketball.
Oh okay.
Oh man, don't coach. We about to get in. See, you trying to keep starting stuff with me, man, coach. I don't know why we do this. We
Hey
host
man,
shows
Yeah.
together, but you always want to start controversy.
hey man. Look, best team in the country, them Duke Blue Devils,
Oh, here we
taking
go.
on
Oh Lord. Oh no.
You
them
know,
Michigan
you
State
don't know this,
Spartans.
but my favorite basketball
I
coach,
think I think I think they up there number 3, ain't they?
yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yep,
Now,
yep.
my
We'll find
favorite
out
coach
today.
in basketball is Tom Izzo. Like he is my guy. And you when you watch us in March and you hear us talk about teams that's going to win the tournament, I always have Izzo in it. So it's gonna be
Man,
crazy.
let me tell you, man. Me and we played against Largo in the summer league game, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 years, not this past summer, the summer before. And you know, Michigan State was recruiting Cam Ward, who's there right now.
Yep.
And we walked into the gym down at Wise High School, me and Marcus. And I wasn't coaching. I didn't coach during summer league, so I was just down there to watch that game. And we went to the concession stand right before halftime, and we walked past where all the college coaches were sitting at. And Tom Izzo was sitting right there on the end of the bench, and we walked by. And you know how you look at somebody, right? And
Yep.
you recognize who it is, but you like, nah, that can't be him. And me and Marcus walked past him, and cool as a cat, cool as a fan, he looked at us and said, "What's going on, coaches?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's what's
oh.
up.
And we looked at him. We both was like, "Hey, what's going on, coach?" And he just kept on watching the game. I'm talking about cool as a cat, man.
That sounds like my experience with I think it's Tom Crean. He was at Indiana at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of similar. Like I was walking, we were coaching the game, and we were at this big tournament. And like, if you could I forgot what the tournament was, but if you looked up in the top row was all like NCAA basketball coaches. It was Coach Thompson. It was Cream. I can't remember who else there because it was like 10 years ago. But yeah, these college coaches come in and they just sit in the rafters and do their thing, man, and they chill out. Um, real quick, any thoughts? I mean, I know you got Clemson, so you already talked about Clemson. You got Ohio State, Coach
Yeah.
Darnell.
Mhm.
Because I got to get out because I don't do overtime. So,
Yeah.
what's your
Yep.
thoughts on your matchup with Ohio State?
Look, this it's gonna be a hard fought game. I think the game is gonna be for the Big Ten title.
Okay.
Um, I feel if I win, I'm taking on Jimmy. If I lose, I don't know what's up. But I think all three of us will be in the tournament. But it's gonna be a hard fought game and stuff. It's and I gotta go to Ohio State.
So you
So
streaming it?
that momentum, yeah. Oh, I'm streaming, and then like Brian said, that momentum thing, I got to
Yeah.
get rid of that fast and early. That crowd, that stadium, yeah, that's what's up.
All right, guys. Before we go, first I want to thank both of you for jumping in with me. I appreciate this. Um, any last thoughts before we get out of here? Um, Coach Powell, you go first, and then Darnell, and then I'm gonna close us out in the stream.
Oh man, like Donnell been talking about, man. These last couple of weeks of the season have been have been like death row.
Yep.
And
Mm,
as old as we are, ain't nothing like talking trash and playing video games, man. So,
yeah.
I'm enjoying this, especially in my kind of downtime. Um, so this has been a competitive league, man, and I'm having the ball. But I tell you again, Coach Mark is gonna get his ass whipped this week.
You know what? I carry off of that, man. I like how South Carolina battled his way back. I think him and Alabama just this season it's been successful, especially South Carolina, man. So I'll be rooting for. I know Mark is already in there, man, but I'll be rooting for South Carolina, man. They
Yeah,
battle back. It's a hell of a season, man. And just
I
when I
appreciate
seen
that,
him,
man.
oh yeah, man, because when I seen you when I left for work last night and I seen you in the project, I was like, damn, South Carolina in the tournament and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was like, shit and stuff, man. But and you in a competitive conference. You know what I'm saying? So you got the number one player in your conference with the number three player in your conference. So man, just stay in there, but I'll be rooting for you, man. But hell of a season though, bro. Hell of a
I
season.
appreciate that, man. My two losses, man. I had the loss to Alabama by 3 points,
Yep.
and
Yep.
then I lost to Ole Miss, and that was
Mm.
that EABS that I lost to them early in the season. I think that was like a 4 or 5 point game. Outside of them two, man, I was looking at 11-0 right now, but that's just how the game go. I'm
So
catching my footing though.
no, you getting there. Yep. But man, but like I say, it don't stop. You got one more game, man. You got one more game.
Yep, you're right about that. One more game, and I'm gonna whoop his ass, and then I'm gonna fire him. Mark those words.
Hey, man. First and foremost, before we get out of here, shout out to the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is the Gridiron. The show will be aired tomorrow. So if you don't want to watch the show on the YouTube channel, you got the audio version coming to you tomorrow, 8 a.m. We got Coach Powell, who does a great show on Mondays. If you guys don't know, he's the host of Pretenders or Contenders, Mondays at 7 p.m. Also on the network, we got at 5 p.m. on Monday. Before him, we have the Drive Time Show. But tonight, we got the WrestleManiacs at 9 p.m. Tomorrow, we got the Sunday Rise at 11 a.m. And there's no better way to start your Sunday morning than with the Sunday Rise and the fellas there. We already took care of Monday. Tuesday, we got the Tuesday night flight at I think that's at 7:45, And at 6:30, we have Unapologetic Sports. If you want hot takes and guys just giving you unapologetically how they feel, Unapologetic Sports is how we do it on the network. Wednesdays, you got Nothing But Net. It's an old school visiting the new school basketball show. It's a 30-minute show. It's myself and C. Purdy the second. At 8 p.m., we got the In the Passenger Seat with the Gentleman Jack. I forgot who his guest is this week, but I think I'm jumping in as a sidekick this week. On Thursday, we got the Thursday Night Flight, which is where I'm sorry, not the Thursday Night Flight, the Thursday Night Throwdown. And with all that being said, this is the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network, SJPN, and we do this thing, and we do it the only way we do it. So with that being said, for Coach Darnell, for Coach Devon Powell, for myself, the Midnight Rider, and shout out to the boss man, BJ, for jumping in with me earlier. We out of here. Have a great day. Enjoy your conference championship games.